This huge, loud, and demanding fledgling that Mother Song Sparrow is shoveling sunflower seeds into as fast as she possibly can is not her child. It is, in fact, the offspring of a brown-headed cowbird mother, a parasite, and it's a complicated and dark tale. I have long known of the cowbird's parasitic reputation, but this spring was the first time I observed it play out close up and documented it. It all started right in the backyard in western North Carolina, where the song sparrows had a nest high up inside a nearby arborvitae. I could not see the actual song sparrow nest or know for sure what was going on inside, but after observing the 3 cowbird fledglings that emerged, it seemed pretty clear that none of the original song sparrow eggs or hatchlings survived the cowbird's devious plan. The brown-headed cowbird is a member of the blackbird family. The adult male is easily identified by its brown head and metallic green-black body. Female cowbirds are a pale brown with a gray-brown head. Both males and females have lengths of about 7.5 inches. Cowbirds are brood parasites, which means they lay their eggs in the nests of other birds and do not care for their own young. Their parasitic reproduction strategy is unique among the world's blackbird species, and they are the only bird brood parasites in North America. In fact, they are incapable of building their own nests, don't even have a brood patch, and have evolved to where their survival depends on other birds rearing their young. This is a one-way relationship. Their hosts gain nothing, and in fact almost always lose something in the end. Because of their breeding strategy, cowbirds do not need to spend time and energy building their own nests, defending a territory, laying and incubating eggs, or caring for the chicks. Male and female cowbirds mate with several individuals during a season, and females lay eggs from mid-April through mid-June in the nest of another bird. The female cowbird may do this up to 20 to 40 times per breeding season. Many of these eggs are not successful. In the process, the female cowbird will remove or destroy some or all of the eggs or nestlings of the host birds. Most female cowbirds specialize on one particular host species. It was thought there was no parental concern after laying the eggs, but recent research has found that female cowbirds may monitor nests where they've laid eggs. If their eggs are removed, they may destroy the host eggs in a sort of revenge. Thus, once beset by the dreaded cowbirds, the song sparrow couple's chances of success with their own young were slim at best. The cowbirds prey on upwards of 200 different host bird species, but quite often song sparrows are their target. And the sparrows incubate the eggs and dedicatedly raise the cowbird chicks as their own, running themselves ragged, expending energy that would normally be spent on their own reproduction. Cowbird eggs hatch sooner in 10 to 12 days, and the young grow faster, are louder and more demanding in the nest with bigger open mouths for targets, so they get most of the food, and have also been known to push the host chicks out of the nest. Often the host birds end up feeding and caring for only the cowbird chicks, rather than raising the next generation of their kind. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened in this case. The cowbird chicks also fledge faster in 10 to 11 days. The workload of the song sparrow parents only intensifies as the relentless chick hounds them for food, while they have to feed the parasite chicks still in the nest. The following is the chronology of the amazing ordeal the song sparrow parents went through. Stick through it, as there is a glimmer of good news at the end. On May 21st, I heard a commotion out on the deck after putting out the morning feed, and found the song sparrow feeding a cowbird chick on the platform feeder. I quickly set up a camera trap to catch the action close up. This chick was obviously quite advanced, could fly well and probably feed itself, but it relentlessly pursued the parents at the feeder, in the trees and on the ground, and in the cool mountain spring where I think Mom was trying to catch a break, but couldn't shake the eldest chick. The camera trap worked wonders the following day on May 22nd when the first chick showed up for its morning feeding. The next day, May 23rd, the parents began ignoring the first fledgling because the second cowbird fledgling was out of the nest and on the ground. Notice the parent leaves instead of feeding and attends to the needy chick on the ground. The following day, May 24th, the second chick was now up on the platform feeder being fed by the parents and started hanging out all day on the platform. About this time, Mr. Cardinal had just about had enough of the Song Sparrow's peculiarly annoying family. Either the Song Sparrow parents were ferrying food back to their giant nestlings or shoveling precious food into a ginormous parasite fledgling's gaping mouth, or the rotund fledglings were just parked in the way, taking up space on his favorite platform. In any case, Mr. Cardinal had to put his beak down. The desperate need to feed their mammoth kids led the Song Sparrow parents to try and stand up to the cardinal, with predictable results. And the fledglings, being the true parasitic slackers that they were, showed no respect for Mr. Angry Bird, leading to an ill-advised confrontation that probably left an indelible mark on the cowbird chick. I love this look on the fledgling experiencing rejection and discipline for the first time in its young parasite life. Of course, this was all just too much cowbird for Mr. Cardinal to bear, so I spread more food around to different places so he could eat in peace. These first two chicks would literally spend their entire day standing on the platform feeder, waiting for food to be provided either by me or their parents. The Song Sparrow parents fed the second cowbird chick for one more day, and then it was on its own. But they still had to feed at least one more parasite in the nest, and would now fly away in apparent terror at the approach of the second fledgling, who would then stand next to a pile of sunflower hearts for hours and wait for someone to feed them to him. There was one tender family moment where the second fledgling, about the size of an adult cowbird, actually fed itself while a parent gathered up seed beside it to take back to the nest for what would turn out to be the third and final parasitic kid. And so it was, back and forth and back and forth, to complete the Song Sparrow's sad, dark contract with the cowbirds. On May 27th, the third and final cowbird chick showed up on the deck, with the parents repeating the process of the first two. By then I had grown weary of documenting their bizarre drama, so imagine how the parents felt. On May 29th, the third cowbird chick was on its own, hanging out on the magic platform with the other songbirds. Note the huge size difference between the tiny adult pine siskin and the cowbird chick. They seem to get along. In fact, the cowbird approaches it several times. A house finch looks on suspiciously, and indeed most other songbirds were more than a little leery of these big, strange fledglings, who for their part seemed to have an identity problem, as they would sidle up to random songbirds, wondering if perhaps they were related. They had never seen an adult cowbird before and started out imprinted onto the song sparrows. At some point, their cowbird instincts have to kick in for them to become productive members of cowbird society, if you will. And that is what I find most interesting. The three cowbird chicks just gradually dispersed and no doubt found and took up with their own kind. The song sparrows did an admirable job raising Mother Cowbird's three kids. I can't imagine what it would have been like for the song sparrow parents to feed the three huge parasitic chicks without the easy access to sunflower hearts. They didn't even have to remove the shells. The workload would have been so many times greater without easy access to quality food. At this point, the song sparrows don't seem to have any adaptations for dealing with the cowbird parasites that take advantage of them. Maybe they will evolve in the future. The best thing the song sparrows have going for them is they can have 2 or 3 broods a year, and the cowbirds don't impact all of them. The song sparrows were started on their second brood in mid-June, and I've seen no evidence of cowbirds since. Historically, cowbirds were restricted to the Great Plains and short grass prairies, where they followed buffalo herds, feeding on insects stirred up by the grazing animals. It was not until the native forests of the eastern United States were opened up and interspersed with agricultural and livestock that cowbirds were able to invade. Fragmentation of forests has greatly increased potential breeding habitat. Today, brown-headed cowbirds occur throughout the United States.